All right, man. This is the end of Killian Hayes. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop a video. A lot of people think this is the end of Killian Hayes, and a lot of people say the same thing about Isaiah Stewart. But you got to understand they going into their third year now. Isaiah Stewart has flash ability, so I think he's safe for right now. Even though there's a lot of competition on the roster, I believe he is safe. All right. Shout out to the Tigers for beating the Guardians last night. But I believe that, um, he is safe for right now. But nonetheless, I just don't, man, I don't really think giving up Killian Hayes is holding anything back. Honestly. Um, that's just my opinion. I don't think he's holding nothing up. You continue to grow a bench. I think he found the niche on the bench last year. Um, So yeah, I don't really think he really hold nothing up. I think you can continue to develop him. You spent the top 10 pick on him, so you want to give him every chance he got. But it ain't like Sayoko DeBoye where you didn't spend it wasn't part of your deal. You could just get rid of him. It wasn't your mistake. So you can just get rid of him. But but yeah, I don't think you. I mean, I don't think it's no reason to put him on the curve yet. I think you can hold on to him until his contract is done or expiring. Throw him in a deal or something like that. Um, I don't really see where it hurt you at. You still building depth. Like, what is he really holding up? I mean, you have 15 roster spots. Think about that for a minute. You have 15 roster spots on this roster. What is he really, holding up? Now, Dwayne Casey did make a threat and said this, at the end of the season, this time next year, these won't be developmental games for him, of course. But in the grand scheme of things, you ask yourself, what is he truly holding up on the team? Ask yourself, like, what is Killian Hayes really holding up? You building depth on the bench. But to have Killian Hayes as the 15th, 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th player off the bench, while continuing to, let him develop, it's no issue. You can give him as much time as he needs, and if he flakes out, then it is what it is. He flakes out. He flakes out. That is what it is. But you giving him every opportunity, you know, to do his job. That's what you give him. You give him every opportunity to complete the mission. That's what you're doing. You giving him every opportunity to complete the mission. You know. So to me, I don't think it's the end. I think he started to feel a little bit comfortable off the bench last year. And if he don't do his job, it's none problem throwing him in, trading him at the trade deadline, letting his contract expire, and moving on. So, it's not like he holding up the cap with a big cat number at 20, 25, $30 million. He's not really holding much up. So I don't think it's the end of Killian Hayes. Even though he making very minor improvements and the process is very slow for his improvements, it's not really hurting the roster. You know, if Corey Joseph play over him, if Alec Burke play having the ball over him, it is what it is. If he never develops, hey, everybody was right. If he do develop, everybody looks stupid. But I don't think it's the end of Killian Hayes. No time soon. When it's kind of contract, when it's time to extend his contract, they extend it. Defensively, he's up to par in the league, but offensively, he's not up to par. And that's something that they feel like they're willing to work with. That's something that they willing to work with. So I don't have no issue with it, bro. Like, he's not stopping nothing. When the assistant coach started putting the ball in K hand, then they see how K did with the ball, and then they put Killian on the bench. That was the end of my gripe. That was the end of my gripe. I had no more gripe with the Pistons. Killian went to the bench. They allowed Cade Cunningham to increase it or to continue his development. No issue. Go to the bench. Now, if he started affecting the bench play and they started losing, because of him on the bench, or they start losing games because of him, then that's when you say, well, they don't want to put him in the G League. That's when you start to say maybe they should just look to move him, give him a change of scenery, or just straight up cut him. Maybe. Maybe. You know. So that's just what it is. I don't understand like when people say, well, cut Killian, cut Killian, cut Killian, cut Killian, cut Killian, right? I mean, what do you get from it? What if he goes somewhere else and do what Spencer did with your Aaron Aflalo and develop and start playing, or Chris Middleton? Then you look stupid. So you give him every opportunity to develop. You give him every opportunity to develop. And if he figures it out, he figures it out. No harm done. If you don't figure it out, I mean, at the end of the day, you let him go. You let him go. You gave him out every opportunity um, to do it to get to do his thing. You know, you gave him his opportunity to do his thing. So, but like I said before, you continue to let him develop, work it on the bench. Just feel like he found the niche on the bench. It felt like he found the niche on the bench. It felt like he found, solace on the bench, found peace on the bench, and if he turns out to be a good bench player, cool. I just think he just need to develop a 3-point shot or be able to attack the basket along with some handles. Either, be able to slash to the basket, handle the basketball, be able to handle the basketball, catch and shoot. Kind of be like a Derek Fisher type of player. Good defender, good gritty guy, can catch a shoot, can defend on the other end. You know, so that's how I feel about it. But a lot of fans just feel that he should be gone. He should be gone. But I mean, it's just not smart business. You're cutting him. Nobody gonna trade for him. So you cut him. You're gonna take the cap hit for what? That's my thing. You're gonna take the cap hit for what? So that's my opinion. I think you let him stick around. You let him figure it out. If you don't figure out and time run out, you cut. You just part ways with him. But he's definitely the new Andre Drummond. You know because he's universal. He's loved by some Piston fans. He hated by other Piston fans. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, some Piston fans hate him. It's just not like he Reggie Jackson, where universally hated. You know, that's not the case. But I mean, how do rationalize cutting them, taking the cap hit, paying them to sit at home? People say we'll trade them. Who wants them? That's your $1 million question. Who wants them? Nobody. If anybody wanted them, he'd have been thrown in one of the Blazers and Knicks deals. Nobody wants them. So you continue to develop, and if it don't work, it don't work. And obviously, the shot was fired. The shots was fired when they drafted Jaden Ivey, and the shots was fired when they talked about bringing in backup guys like Tyus Jones. The shots was fired, when they was interested in Colin Sexton and Jalen Brunson. That's to let you know that they thought that they made a mistake. That's when you knew they kind of said, you know what, man, we made a mistake. And now they starting to see the mistake, and they starting to see what I seen from the beginning, but you just can't cut them. You just can't cut them. Because you cut him and he develops somewhere, so you got to give him all the way into the end. But if somebody come around and give you a solid deal, then you go ahead and pull the trigger. You go ahead and pull the damn trigger. But if not, you wait, and if you get it in the last year of his contract, he get it. You get it. Here you go, right here. So how many more years in Killian could you expect? But this ain't the one I'm looking for. No offense to them. Sports Track. It's my preferred contract site of use. So he has a qualifying offer, which was exercised last year. And he has a club option, another club option this year by Halloween. So so he's already had an option for 2022, 23. So, so he coming into this season. So next year he has to qualify another deadline that has to be met by Halloween next year. So he has a so yeah. So yep. So by Halloween we should know if they exercise 2023, 2024. So I think that's his last year. I don't think he have a 6-year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next season could be his last year. So he signed a contract 4 years, over $24 million. He said the annual average is over $6 million. He Hayes will earn a base salary. So he signed 4 years, 1, 2, 3, and he has a 4 years. So next year will be his last year, but they can decline next year. So by Halloween this year, they can decline his 4th year, and he could be a free agent after next year. In a lot of people's minds, he's not gonna show up and blow up and have a great year this year. Most people are gonna say, well, why don't you decline his option this year? Why don't you decline his option this year? Right? And make him a free agent next year. He's not gonna have a great year. He's not gonna do a Miles Bridges and bust out this year and go crazy. And if he do, then probably gonna have to pay him. But I doubt it with Cade and Jade, depending on how it work out. So it is what it is. It look like it could be the end of Killian Hayes. It could be his last year with the Pistons. But let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop a video. Finance, you want to support the channel? Cash App, $, CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist for more videos like this. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Spotify, and Anchor. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time. Peace. Let me know what's in the comment section.